Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It is Ashley. It is time for a reading vlog. It is sunny outside, so I'm definitely enjoying the sunshine while I can. But I'm going to be doing the Goodreads achievements like I did for the ones that were the final quarter of 2024. I haven't started yet. We've got about 3 weeks left of this though. So I'm going to start today, and I'm going to start with When the Moon Hatched. Now, I have no idea what this book is about. I don't know, I think it was like a Goodreads shortlister, I want to say, and I think it's romantasy and it has dragons. That is all I know. So I'm going pretty blind, which I can't wait for. But yeah, let's make a start. I will catch in maybe about halfway or so to kind of let you know my thoughts. And yeah, let's get into this and let's see if I can actually complete this. I can't remember which achievement this is for, but I did note down the books I owned which matched each achievement, so I do know if it's one, which is good. So yeah, let's start there and see how it goes. Hi again. So I am halfway now through with When the Moon Hatched, and I'm really enjoying this. I do remember seeing people say that this is quite slow to start with, but for me this has been action-packed since the very beginning and there's been a lot happening. So I don't understand where people are finding this slow, unless they mean just the romance aspect of it, because that does take a little while to get into. But we're basically following this girl named Reeve, who is an assassin trying to get rid of the crown, and we're kind of following her, and along the way she has this friend who's like family to her that does get killed, so she's trying to find her revenge. And that is basically what the book's about. There is also like dragons in here, and they kind of speak to you and they kind of give you like their power and stuff, which is quite cool. But I don't really know too much about that. We haven't kind of delved in too much of that. But Reeve does also have some issues remembering things from her past, so I'm looking forward to kind of seeing and exploring where that kind of goes, and what the male love interest means to her, because we haven't quite found that out yet. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I am really much enjoying it. As I said, I'm about halfway through at the moment, so currently I think it's going to be a 4 stars, I think, but we'll see. Still got half a book, anything could change, but I honestly do think it's leaning to more towards a 4 stars at the moment. But I'm looking forward to delving in. I believe this is going to be a duology as well, so yeah, hopefully if I enjoy this one I'll definitely be picking up the second one, as long as it's on Kindle Unlimited, because I don't like owning one book but not owning the other. So, or I could just buy both, we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of the biggest catch up for that one. On another note though, I did end up picking up The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. So this does fit 2 of the prompts for this reading vlog, and that is the one that is for her story, and this is non-fiction about women's history, whether it's like biographies, general history about women, etc. So it does fit that one really nicely, and also it fits Buzzy Books, and this is like the top 12 books marked as read in 2024 and across like each genre. So I did actually manage to pick this one up yesterday, but I did finish it today when I was working, because I was just doing like some spreadsheet stuff, so I just put that on in the background, which was lovely. For me, I gave this a 5 stars. I adored this. I obviously know who Britney Spears is, but I've not really followed her story really. Obviously I see bits of it when it comes into the news from time to time, but I've never kind of followed her directly. So it was really nice having a memoir which is told by her at the very, very beginning and then moves to someone else. I'm sorry, I can't remember the other person's name, but the changeover was so smooth, and there was so much of Britney's story I didn't know about, and honestly it was so heart-wrenching, and I felt so sorry for her this whole time when I was reading this book, well, listening to this book, sorry, but what she went through and what all the men basically did to her is absolutely atrocious and really should not be okay. When we need women's rights, stories like this really highlight just how far we still have to go in order to really understand and properly give women the love and attention that they really do deserve, because this really shouldn't have ever happened to Britney to begin with. And yeah, this was heartbreaking to actually listen to. I am so glad that I did manage to listen to it at work though, because I did have that just on in the background, but it had me really like desperate to know what was going to happen next. I was fully involved in that while I was still working, whereas I feel like if I was doing something else, maybe I wouldn't have grabbed hold of the story as much in her life. So yeah, I enjoyed this a lot more than I was expecting. I don't pick up biographies too often, so it was really nice kind of having a very different vibe to what I'm used to as well. But yeah, that does mean I've completed 2 of the prompts. As I said, that completes Buzzy Books and Her Story. So yeah, let's go take a look at what those ones look like. I haven't seen yet, and then let's finish When the Moon Hatched. That'll be my next goal. Hopefully I can finish that today or tomorrow, so that we can move on to the next book. So yeah, I will catch back in after I've finished When the Moon Hatches. Okay, so I did manage to finish When the Moon Hatched, and I liked this. However, compared to when I spoke to you last time, for me this book really slowed down its pacing. By that I mean the first half is very much more action based, whereas the second half of this book is very much the romance. So if you are wanting a romantasy, which is very action, you want the first half of the book. If you want something that is more romance, you're after the second half of the book. But I feel like the second half, in terms of action, didn't really give me much. So it was a bit of a strange one for me. I was really on the borderline of where I actually think this book should be, because I did enjoy this more for the first half than the second, but there was a really good cliffhanger here. So it does make me want to pick up the second book if it is on Kindle Unlimited. I will not be picking it up otherwise. So yeah, I did finish it. I gave it 4 stars. As I said, I liked it. I do want to continue with the series. So yeah, I'm going to give it 4 stars here as a result of that. But yeah, that does mean I'm moving on to my next book for this. And that is going to be Between Friends and Lovers by Charlene Obuobi. I am not too sure what this is about, so I'm going to quickly read you the back and then either catch in at the midway part or at the end, depending how things kind of go. So Dr. Dojo has all figured out, or so it seems to her Instagram followers, who love her no-nonsense advice about men, self-love, dating and sex. Behind the camera, it's a different story. She's in love with her best friend Ezra, who doesn't feel the same way. Jo soon finds the perfect distraction in sweet and sexy writer Malcolm. As the pair start dating, sparks fly, and Jo's hard exterior begins to soften. But when she discovers her feelings for Ezra aren't as unrequited as she thought, Jo finds herself with a tough decision. Will she seize the opportunity for romance and her best friend, or is new love the path to her happily ever after? For me, this feels like it can go either 2 ways. Either I will really, really enjoy this, or I will hate this. It depends, because if it has the cheating trope, I'm not going to like it. However, if it doesn't have the cheating trope, I may like it a lot more. So it really depends how this is handled, with her then finding out that her best friend does have those feelings after all. So yeah, I'm going to start on this and then I will catch in either at the midway mark or the end, just depending how fast I kind of fly through this one, because obviously it depends on the pacing and stuff. But yeah, I'll catch in a little bit, kind of let you know how things are getting on. So I've completed When the Moon Hatched, so it is time to go and have a look, see what this is going to look like for my achievement award. So as we can see, I'm now 2 books ahead of schedule, which is amazing. We have 3 out of 6 achievements because we completed it. So Sweet and Spicy is this one here, and it's actually really cute. So yeah, let's jump into our next one.
Yeah, you don't know how beautiful you are.
Hi again. So I have finished Between Friends and Lovers by Charlene Obuobi, and I like this a lot more than I was expecting to. So for this book, oh hi Ty. So for this book we are following Dr. Jojo, and she really much is wanting to kind of get back at Ezra, who's like her best friend. after she kind of tells him that she's into him, and he kind of backs right off, and she goes, you know what, no, I'm going to find someone who wants me for me. I'm going to basically just find a guy to sleep with, and get you out of my system, basically. So basically we're following her as she then meets up with Malcolm, sorry, don't know what I'm saying, Cal. She met up with Malcolm at a party, and they start dating, and he's saying how he doesn't want to sleep with her until he feels that they are both ready emotionally, etc. So we're kind of following their love story and her really kind of figuring out how her feelings are between Malcolm and between Ezra. I felt like this was going to go towards the cheating trope. It very much didn't, which was the best thing ever for me, because I didn't want it to do that, and it very much didn't. So that was good. But I really like the fact that we really understood her feelings and her growth, and how she started to realise what she really wants in a partner and how she wants to be treated, and she doesn't just want to be a side character. I also really liked how we had Ezra, and we really understood Ezra being really into Dr. Jojo as a result, and why he is so drawn to her, and we really understand their friendship in a new way, and why they are so close. But then there's like family drama that happens, of course there is, and there's other dramas that do happen. But we do also follow Malcolm as he is trying to become an even bigger writer. So he is a bestseller, but at the same time he has like no online presence, he doesn't do any social events or anything, and we're kind of following him trying to get used to doing that as well. And it's really such a nice story. I wasn't expecting it to be. I was really just expecting it to be like this romance, but really it really delved into like the friendships and being treated right, and how you don't have to have sex really early. Like for Jojo, she was still a virgin, but she was giving sexual advice and how to be safe and everything, and from that perspective. And it was so nice to kind of see it from that way, rather than it just being, oh, they rushed into bed, etc. That was not the case at all. It was taken really slowly, and the romance was very, very slow burn, but it was done in a really nice way where it fitted the characters. So if you're after like a slow burn romance, I definitely recommend this. I am so glad this came up on this reading vlog, because I would never have picked this up if it was not for this Goodreads challenge. So yeah, definitely want to check out more of the author's work when I do get a chance to. But yeah, if you're looking for like a romance that kind of focuses on friendships and things as well, and getting to know yourself, and your own flaws and understanding them and getting used to them and overcoming them, this is definitely the book for you, I would say. But that does mean we're moving into the next book. I'm going to take a break from this vlog though. I'm going to read Warhorse for my actual TBR. So I'm going to read that next, and then we'll see what I come back to. So yeah, you'll find that out when I do a bit later on, but I'll catch you later. Okay, so we are nearing the end of April, and honestly I'm worried I'm not going to complete this vlog challenge. So I am currently reading The Vanishing Half by Brit Bennett, and I'm about halfway through it, but we only have 4 days left. So it is Saturday, obviously the 30th is the Tuesday, so I still need to read half of this book, and I still need to read something else. I can't remember the name of the other book. I have it upstairs and it's on my Kindle, so it will be there. But I still have these 2 books to go, and this book has just been really, really slowing me down reading wise. So even if I complete this today, it's going to be a struggle, because tomorrow I'm working all day, and then Monday and Tuesday I'm working 12-hour shifts, and it needs to be completed by Tuesday, like midnight, so just before the 1st of May. So I'm getting worried now. In terms of this, I was expecting a bit more from it. So far we're kind of following 2 different sisters who, they choose different paths in life. One chooses to be white, one chooses to live as a black woman. They are both black, but they are fairly light-skinned, so they can pass. But we're kind of following them. But we keep getting new characters being added constantly, and I think that's what's annoying me, because we're following, what's her name, Desiree? I can't remember her name. Starts with a D, not Stella, the other one. We're following her daughter as well, and I just feel like the more characters we're starting to add, because we have also added another male character and things, it's just becoming too many for me, especially as it's not kind of broken up in terms of chapters where it's like, this is from this person's perspective, this one is from this person's perspective. It's just kind of small, like, paragraph breaks, which is really good because it's helping to kind of, I can pause wherever knowing that it's at like a tiny bit of a page gap, so it kind of splits that bit up, but it's kind of really pulling me out of the book a lot, which is a shame. So far for me, this is feeling more like a 3 stars, but I had high hopes for it being 5 stars. So yeah, and it's kind of making me not want to read it too often, but I am determined to continue with it. I do want to know how it ends. I've got about 170 pages or something, so hopefully I can finish this tonight so I can start the other one tomorrow. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm starting to get worried though. Maybe we won't finish this quarter's Goodreads challenge. Hopefully we will though. I really want to, but we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, I'll catch you in a bit later, hopefully when I've finished this one, and I'll let you know my final thoughts. So fingers crossed I can finish it tonight or hopefully tomorrow. But then that makes the other book really hard because I think it's like 500 pages. So yeah, we've got this. I guess let's keep going. Okay, hi, so it's the last day of this reading vlog and I have one book left. So we are currently reading Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I am enjoying it so far. But it is the 30th, it is the Wednesday, and I'm so glad I am off work today. Because, yeah, I still have a lot of reading to do for this. So I have till midnight when it officially becomes the 1st. And I still have, according to my Kindle, 7 hours and 54 minutes of reading to do today, which is not ideal. So I am going to basically be setting timers for when to like eat, walk my dog, etc. It is quite sunny today, so I am just going to be sitting outside, I think, for a little bit, just to actually absorb some vitamin D and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of my plan for today, is essentially just reading. Let's see if I can get this done in time. I'll probably do like a little catch up a little bit later, just to kind of see how I'm getting on. But so far I'm really liking how action-packed this book is. I feel like there's not a dull moment, it's just continuously kind of going, and it's very fast-paced, which is something that I really love. And for basically running out of time, that's something I drastically need as well. So I am glad that this is the last book that is on here, because it's going to be a time crunch, I think, because as I said, I've got like a dog to walk and things, but then I'll also want to take reading breaks. I won't just want to read for 8 hours continuously. So yeah, also I don't know why my dog's coughing, I'm so sorry. But yeah, that's my plan for today. I will catch you in a little bit later once I've read a little bit more, and let's see how I do. Fingers crossed we can get there in time though. Okay, so it's about 7:30. I am back inside. I don't know if you can see, but like my arm got a little bit sunburnt, so I'm coming inside to kind of try and give myself some relaxation and just be out the sun that little bit longer, so that this can slowly come down. It doesn't hurt or anything, do not worry, but yes, 18 degrees, and I was outside for 2 hours. I burn. I burn so much. It's very much, I'm too pale and I'm too Scottish for any form of sunshine. But as I said, it's 7:30 at night at the moment, and we only have till midnight. So we have 4.5 hours, I want to say. And I am on chapter 32 now. So we're slowly getting there, but we're not there yet. But the thing that's scaring me is my Kindle is still saying I have 3 hours and 21 minutes. So I do not have too much time to kind of do anything else till midnight. It is very much going to be sat down focusing on this book for the rest of the night, I think. One thing I have really liked is I had a suspicion about one of the characters, and I was very much like, I feel like this is going to be them. And I was right. And I was like, yes, I love when I get things right in books. However, I have had some things wrong that I thought of as well. But the main thing about a character I did get right. And it's something that I was really hoping for, because I think it'll really help, because I do know it's a duology, so I think it'll really help the second book. And also I just really, really like this character, so I was hoping this character had this progression. Now, I don't want to say anything more because I really don't want to spoil the book at all, but it is really, really action-packed. I'm really loving it. I love the fact it has dragons in it. So if you're someone who does like fiction that does have dragons, this does hold dragons in it as well. So do kind of be aware of that if you're someone who's maybe looking for a new dragon book to read. They're not very, very prominent, but they are in there. So just in case you do want to give that a read. But yeah, I'm going to go try finish this book before midnight. I'm begging I can, so that we can complete this, because if I miss it by like 5 minutes and it's just after midnight, I will cry. So let's get back down to reading. I've been to the shop. I got myself ice cream because it's so warm. I've got snacks at the ready. Yeah, I think I'm ready. I think I can go for the last bit. Fingers crossed though, and I will catch up either before midnight if I finish the book, or I guess at midnight if I fail. I'll catch them again soon. Okay, so it is the next day. I did finish my book. I think it was 11:15 maybe. It was definitely in that 11 p.m. hour anyway. And I did finish Daughter of the Moon Goddess. Now, I did like this. I really loved the action that was within this, and I thought it continued on really well. I think I caught up with you at the midway mark, I think. But yeah, I absolutely loved this. I thought the action was really on point, and I really liked the kind of different challenges she went through in order to try and gain her mother's freedom from the moon planet. So yeah, I actually really, really enjoyed this. I loved how we got lots. I love that we got lots of different mythology creatures and everything in here as well. And I found out about some more Chinese mythology I wasn't aware of, which was always good as well. So yeah, I actually really like this. I would say I'd give it a 4 stars. It is a really good read. I don't know why it's a 4 stars and not 5. I think maybe because I was kind of rushing through it a little bit too much. I think I maybe would have wanted to sit and look over it a little bit more. But I definitely want to read the sequel. I know there is a sequel out. So I'm going to look into trying to get it on my Kindle, because my other one's on the Kindle. So I'm going to try and see if I can get into that, just to continue on with the series. I definitely want to continue. I think there's a 3rd book that came out, but it's like more short stories maybe? I have no idea. But as you will see, I have actually completed this vlog. I completed all of those reading prompts. I completed all of those reading prompts for this challenge, and I am super, super proud of myself. Okay, so I did finish Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and as you can see, it's about 11:20 at night, so I still managed to do it with about 40 minutes to spare, which I'm amazed at. But that does mean, if I'm not mistaken, I have 6 out of 6 achievements. I have managed to do it for this first quarter, and I'm so excited and so happy. I only just managed it, but I'm so proud of myself. I believe, just having a look at the Goodreads one and having a look today, the next challenge is for the end of June. So there will be another vlog coming in. I'll be filming in June, so we'll be with you early July, or maybe midway through July. You'll get it in July anyway, and I'm excited to see what ones I'll be getting next. Also, I'm so sorry that my hair is absolutely wild. I don't know what's kind of going on. But yeah, we have had a really good reading challenge, I would say. I think all of these I've rated 3 or 4 stars. Don't think there was any 5, and I don't think there was anything lower. So we've done well. I don't know what I'm going to pick up today, because I don't know what I'm in the mood for reading. But I am excited to kind of have this month to just kind of read through my TBR as normal, and then get back to my challenge next month, I guess. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these books. Tell me what you thought of them, and what are you planning on doing the next Goodreads challenge. I don't know what it's called. I'll put up here what the name of the new one is called anyway, because I'm not too sure. But yeah, another reading vlog will be with you then for that. for now, that's everything from me. Please remember to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.